going on? So we're gonna do a prediction for the upcoming fight between Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou that's taking place in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Boy, these Saudis are on a roll. They love their boxing. Shout to the Sheik. They they will pay for their sports, boy. I tell you, boy. They make these fights happen, man. I give it up to these Saudis. They don't play no games, bro. So this fight is taking place damn near shortly right after, man. I mean, this fight, he just fought Francis Ngannou just fought Tyson Fury in October, and he's about to fight again, get another big ass bag again, fight Anthony Joshua. It's a 4 month turnaround, damn near. All right, so that's incredible. So we got Francis Ngannou. He's not really a boxer, you know. He's a UFC dude. This will be his second pro fight. His first fight he lost, split decision against Tyson Fury. He managed to knock Tyson Fury down in the third round with a left hook. So you know, Francis Ngannou, he definitely has some power. Everybody knows that from from the MMA days, but he doesn't really have a record, so you can't really. He doesn't have a real knockout ratio because he didn't get any wins yet. So just know how he was when he was a fighter in the MMA. He have raw power. So you just have to base everything off that. Okay, so we got the tail of the tape. Let's start with the underdog, in my opinion. Francis Ngannou. He's had 0 wins, 1 loss, no draws. And that 1 loss came at the hands of Tyson Fury. He has a 0% knockout ratio in boxing, that is. So, looking at his MMA record, right? He has a record of 17 wins and 3 losses and no draws. Okay, so let's look at how many knockouts he's gotten in the MMA out of his 17 wins. He had a knockout 2015, 2016, 2 knockouts. So KO in 2017, KO in 2017, then a KO in 2018, then a KO in 2019, then a KO in 2019, then another KO in 2020, then a KO in 2021. So 11 KOs out of 17 fights, man. I'm not a good mathematician, so let's just say that's a high KO ratio, man. So 17 fights, 11 knockouts. If he was at maybe let me see, give or take, if he had like 8 fights, 17 fights with 8 knockouts, that'd be almost like a 50% knockout ratio. So I would say, he's probably at about a 75% knockout ratio, 70%, somewhere in that area. Good power. Okay, as far as MMA is concerned, UFC. Okay, he's 37 years old, 6'4" with which is arm reach. He has a 83-inch arm reach. Okay, big dude, 250 pounds. All right. I've never really watched many of his MMA fights, but the ones that I did watch, I went back and watched a couple of days back. Good power, raw fighter. Like I said, most of his fights were knockouts. And I'd seen him. I think it was one fight. I forgot who it was. He had a good. It was the last fight he had. That was in 2022 against some guy named Cyril Gane or something like that. He had a unanimous decision win over that dude. Pretty good fight. And then there was another one I seen, one of his older fights. He had a submission. I forgot which one it was. It was a while ago too. But good fighter, man. Very good fighter. He looked good against Anthony Joshua, in my opinion. Very good to be his pro debut, But you could tell he wasn't really a boxer. You could almost tell. You could tell. But Anthony Joshua, tail of the tape for him. 27 wins, 3 losses, 24 wins by knockout, and 1 loss by knockout, which came at the hands of Andy Ruiz. So Joshua has an 88% knockout ratio. So he has really good punching power. He's a very strong dude. You know, when you look at Anthony Joshua, you know, he kind of has like a soft look to him, kind of like a, you know, if you see Joshua, just besides his size, you know, you would probably look at him like he's a pushover, but the dude, he'll knock your head right off your shoulders, man, straight up. He's 34 years old. So he's a little younger than Francis Ngannou. 6'6" with an 82-inch arm reach. So Ngannou has a slightly longer arm reach, but he's shorter than Joshua. These dudes are both big dudes. This is going to be a nice scrap because I would say Joshua is a little bit more evenly matched as far as size-wise, you know, stature and everything to Ngannou than Fury was. So, Joshua, a lot of people call him a robotic fighter. Very good straight jab. Good body, decent body shots, good hooks. Defense is, you know, it's just, you know, to me, I think Joshua has okay defense. Yeah, he doesn't have the best defense in my opinion, but he has pretty good defense. He's all right. You know, I would give him like in the defense department, I give Joshua maybe like a B minus, B plus. Because he can move though when he wants to move. He not the fastest dude, but like I said, when Joshua wants to move, he can move when he wants to. He can box. He can box too. He showed that against the Andy Ruiz the rematch. He showed me that he could box. He's not really known to be really a pressure fighter, but he can press you if he wants to. But that's his MO is to, you know, box you mid range, and then like if he see you hurt, comes in and do what he got to do for the most part. But over the years, it looked like a lot of people would say the Ruiz fight took a lot of dog out of Anthony Joshua. His last fight against was it the Olive Wally fight? He ended up he knocked him out 5th round. But the Hilarious fight, then he got knocked out. The Hilarious fight straight KO, knocked him out cold in the 7th round. Okay, so that fight he had to show a lot of remnants of the old Joshua. Then out of Wale, he did really good in there too. He put on a good show, very aggressive, very articulate in that ring. All right, so and then like you go back to the Jermaine Franklin fight, he looked a little subpar. That was around the time when he was starting to train with Derrick James. So like, you know, he looked like he was trying to do things in there against Jermaine Franklin. He ended up getting the win anyway. I knew that his decision win, but he got the win. I can't really go that far back with Ngannou because he only had one fight in boxing. So that's Tyson Fury, which he looked good against. So, but Joshua had 3 pro fights, and he looked good in all of his pro fights. The third one, the Jermaine Franklin fight, he just looked a little gun shy, like he was trying to do things. But he looked the best to me against Robert Hilarious. Okay, so how does this fight look, man? Hey, you know, Joshua got the boxing experience, man. Tyson Fury, when the last time Fury had a fight, man? Fury fought his last fight. It was a while before Fury had a fight, I think. Let me see. Fury's last fight was in... Fury was 277 pounds in that fight. Jeez. His last fight was Francis. Oh no, before Ngannou. His last fight was Derek Chisora before Ngannou. He got a knockout 10th round. Pretty good fight, but I mean, that was in 2022, man. That was like the end of 2022, and then he fought again. He was almost off for almost a whole year. So he's been out for a while. Joshua, he's been busy. He's been more busy. So that got to all play into hands too. So why Fury wasn't on point when it came to Ngannou. So you got to take that into consideration, man. So with that being said, um, Fury's been more. Joshua's been more busy. He had three fights last year. Fury only had that one fight. So yeah, Joshua gonna be better prepared and more sharp than Fury was against Ngannou. So I see Joshua going in there, filling him out, taking his time early on, giving him some good jab work first 2-3 rounds. Ngannou going in there, filling him out too. I think round fifth round, that's when Joshua gonna probably figure out Ngannou. I think he gonna make it look easy, bro. Now it's always the possibility that sometimes with Joshua you don't know what you're gonna get. Like you might get like a timid, passive Joshua, and then one fight you'll get a fucking super aggressive Joshua. If we get the timid Joshua, man, there's a chance that he could get knocked out in this fight. It can happen against an MMA fighter. So what? He's a dude with some big. He has raw power as well. So Joshua go in there gun shy, he can get knocked out. He lose. If he goes in there like the Otto Wale and the Robert Ladius, while Joshua, I can see him stopping Francis Ngannou late, maybe like ninth round stoppage. But early on, it's gonna be a pretty much you're gonna see two big muscle bound motherfuckers in that ring displaying a lot of chest match moves. There's gonna be a lot of I see a good amount of body shots being thrown in this fight, a lot of cagey fighting, and then I see a lot of jabs thrown by Joshua. I think Joshua gonna jab him to death in this fight. I think Ngannou gonna have a swollen face. I see that happening like in the mid fifth, sixth round, gonna swell up his face. And then I think Joshua ultimately gonna get Ngannou out of there by the ninth round. So I just think Joshua is too technical for him, and he probably punches a little too hard. And I think Joshua's gonna be he's fresh. He's been fighting, so he's been busy. He got that what's that word, man? Joshua has the look like he's trying to get his fire back. So he got the confidence now from all the last two fights he had. So he going in there ready for war. If that's the Joshua we see, I think we're gonna see this Joshua. So I go for Joshua again. Ninth round stoppage of Francis Ngannou late. All right, still a lot he need to learn about boxing. Joshua was a world champion. He was a world champion at the time. Ain't nothing to play with, bro. Just what it is. And if it was the other way around, if Joshua went to MMA to fight Ngannou, I was going to pick Ngannou off the rip. Just the way it is. Anyway, let me know what you think. This is Rebel Life Boxing. Drop a comment. I'll catch y'all later on the next one.